Coming up on the opening bell here this morning on Yahoo Finance Live, we've got stocks that are indicating a higher open here this morning. As we've been talking about, combination of factors here, the idea that it looks like Congress is closer to coming to some sort of agreement on the debt ceiling, at least to delay having to come to a more permanent agreement on it until December. We had jobless claims coming in lower and therefore better than estimated. That helping matters here as well. And we haven't talked as much about it, but we are seeing a decline in some of the commodity prices that have been pressuring stocks in turn as of late. Bond yields, by the way, at 1.55%. Let's talk some individual movers here. One of them is Levi Strauss. So that company coming out with third quarter sales above estimates, up 41% year over year and up 3% from 2019. So seeing an increase there. You can see earnings also beat estimates, and the company raised its full year profit outlook. Brian Sozzi. And, we're going to be talking to the CFO in the next hour. And of course, we're going to be asking about inflation and maybe whether prices are going to continue to go up.
Julie, is it Levi Strauss or Levi's? I always get it confused.
Levi Strauss is the corporate name. Levi's are the brand name.
Interesting. Fair enough. I knew you would have the answer for that. But look, good quarter. I would say good quarter from Levi's. I was very interested to see, just learn what they said on the earnings call last night, mostly as pertained to cotton prices. We've seen a dramatic spike here in cotton prices. Now, Levi's told analysts they have all of their goods essentially signed, sealed, and delivered through the first half of next year. They are currently in negotiations for their cotton commitments or their clothing commitments for the second half of next year. They called out that they might only see a mid-single-digit percentage price increase, and they're likely to pass that on to consumers. So this was, I think, alleviated some concerns on the street about Levi's costs moving forward. By and large, the demand cycle remains strong for this company as people rebuild their wardrobes from the pandemic. A lot of new styles out there, seeing a lot more bell-bottom jeans this fall. That is powering the top line for Levi's.
I don't know that I've been seeing a lot of bell-bottom jeans.
I have.
They've been out on
there.
The streets
They're back
of New
with
York.
Chunky boots. Chunky boots. I was looking at a good note from the folks over at Jefferies. Google searches for chunky boots and stomper boots are on fire right now. Stomper boots. Fire.
Stomper boots. One thing that caught my eye this morning as well from the analyst notes is that Levi's, its suppliers reach across 24 countries, and none of those countries accounts for more than 20% of products. So we have talked a lot, Saz, about suppliers, about being too reliant on particular supply chain, and it sounds like that Levi has avoided that particular challenge, at least for now. Looking at some of the other movers that we were watching, let's see, where are we going next? Are we going to IAC next? You want to go to IAC next? All right. IAC agreeing to buy the magazine publishing ops of Meredith. That includes things like People Magazine, like Better Homes and Gardens, the stuff that I know you love to read when you are on an airplane. $2.7 billion is the price on this, $42.18 a share for this deal. As we know, IAC is an aggregator of these kinds of properties, and it goes under Dotdash, which is a unit of IAC. Saw some analyst commentary this morning from the folks, I believe, over at Jefferies, that this could position Dotdash for a spinoff. IAC, of course, also known as incubating and then spinning things off, Saz.
Yeah, a quick real-time follow-up. I'm catching a lot of flack in our Slack channel from the team on bell-bottom jeans being back. I encourage them all, take a second out and go search this. These trends are out there. Bell-bottom jeans this fall is a thing, and so are stomper boots. Now on IAC, you mentioned that Jefferies note, Julie, here, and there are a couple reasons why at least Jefferies is out here positive. I would say Dotdash can help accelerate growth at Meredith's digital platform. Dotdash is a content view beast on the internet. That's what Dotdash does. They just consume eyeballs on the internet. They just have a magic potion to drive content to Dotdash and their other publications. Also, Jefferies noting combined asset of Meredith reaches 95% of U.S. women. That's certainly good. And then overall, it looks to be a good fit, according to Jefferies. But they are noting here, investors are mixed on the deal in large part, I would think, because this is a steep price. This is one of IAC's biggest acquisitions ever.
Yeah, so we'll see what ends up happening with that unit now as a part of IAC. Coming up on the opening bell in just a second here, as I said, we are poised for a stronger open, and you and I are paying a lot of attention, as is are most people on the street to tomorrow's jobs report. But ahead of that, seeing that strength here today. And ringing the opening bell in just about 30 seconds here this morning is going to be Lifetime, which is a chain of gyms. Jeff Zweifel is the president and chief operating officer. He's ringing the opening bell, and he is going to be joining our programming later in the day. Remember, our Around the Bell coverage is brought to you by PIMCO as we watch those folks ring and clap here this morning. I wonder if they've, a lot of the gym IPOs set up gym setups outside of the NYSE. We'll have to ask Jared Blickery if he got in a quick workout out front in his suit before he...
Lifetime. Sellers are swole. Lifetime Fitness. Sellers are swole.
All right, moving on to some of the other stocks that we are watching this morning. Maybe after you go to the gym, you need to kick back, relax when you get back home, and you might avail yourself of some Tilray products. That company is out with its numbers. The company reported a 43% increase in first quarter revenue, strong demand for cannabis, which is its main product. You can see it reported a smaller loss than was predicted, although sales fell a bit short of estimates. The stock is up, but not seeing a huge increase here. But in general, the company has been seeing relatively strong demand. And remember, it just has completed its deal to merge with Aphria earlier this year, and so says it had some savings as a result of that closure.
Yeah, I just want to make it clear, Julie. I'm not smoking any Tilray products after I get swole at the gym, not Lifetime Fitness. But I think it's coming to a point now where Tilray has to step up here and show investors the benefits of its merger with Aphria. Now, they reiterated that they plan to save $80 million in costs from this merger. Now it really needs to start showing through to the bottom line here. And when you lose as much as they did in the quarter, I would suspect the street is going to question them heavily on when these cost savings start to come through. For their sake, hopefully it's very soon.
Yeah, for investors' sake as well as they look towards an increase. By the way, Soz, it's legal now, man. You can admit to it. It's like saying you have a drink when you come home from the gym. It's all right. There's no harm, no foul.
I'm going protein shake or green matcha tea, one of those two.
I'm quite sure that you are, Sahaz. You have to wonder about something like Tilray as well. Like everything that we've been talking about, what's the effect of inflation on a business like this when you talk about fertilizer, for example? That's something that we've heard about from some of the agricultural companies. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any kind of pressure in that department as well. All right, we are going to take a break right now. As we go to break, let's bring you what stocks are doing here a couple minutes into the trading day. And we have been seeing a rally in stocks. And you can see here the Dow leading those gains up by nearly 1%. We'll be right back with a check in on Jared Blickery on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.